Well, I guess I'm one of those stories who ended up doing hotels as a sheer coincidence. It wasn't really my intention. I got my first job at a hotel because I needed to pay for my studies, and there was a new hotel, a new Hyatt hotel, opened across from campus. So it really just made sense. Tried to get a job, couldn't get a job. Ended up getting whatever they offered, which was a security night guard, really, in the construction site of the hotel, which then 6 months later opened. So I studied economics, and I think it just made sense that I do something in the neighborhood where I was studying, etc. Long story short, I think 3-4 months into it, I really enjoyed it, and it was great, and I decided that this is what I want to do. So alongside whatever I was studying, I decided to do hotel management. I guess the rest is history. We do a lot of focus groups, which we call Hyatt Talk, which is, we every once a month or every month we sort of get a group of 10 people, 12 people, randomly from different departments, and they just spend 1.5 hours with me just to talk about whatever they think is important to them. And from that you tend to pick up of what really, from what you consider is important, filters down to them. What are the real issues? And so that's really one way of trying to monitor how much of that information that you believe is important actually filters down. And we do realize sometimes that it doesn't. And there are certain aspects of what we believe is straightforward and we talk about every day. And all of a sudden, you speak to somebody whose job is to clean the kitchens or to make beds, that you realize that, well, actually the communication is not as clear once it reaches them. So you go back and you sort of re-strategize and you meet with the managers and say, well, guys, we obviously have a problem in terms of communicating the message. How do we do it differently? And then you change the strategy. For many years, I've sort of managed people in developing countries. Really coming to Australia is the first time in 16, 17 years that really I come to a first world country, a developed country. And it's slightly different. I think some of it is I'm still adapting and still learning. It's not always an easy transition. I think what's great about it is obviously I think the intellectual, the cultural level of the people is greater. I think this hotel has, I think, something like 50, I think 61 is the latest, 61 nationalities working for us, which really is fantastic, and from a cultural point of view. But it's also an environment where, different to the time you spend on opportunities in a place like India, where is the land of so many opportunities. Here you spend much more time managing your business, managing your costs, managing your margins, because obviously it's a more expensive country to do business.